All right, my people. How's everybody doing? I don't know if you can see me. My head cut off. I'm gonna come down a little lower. Maybe that'll be good. I don't know if that's a good sight or not. So let's have a quick conversation real quick. Let's have a quick pep talk, if we may. Sometimes, in life, you have these plans, you have these aspirations, you grow up, you go through your childhood, you may go through your ups and downs and your victories, in some cases, some tragedies, but nevertheless, we continue to grow up, and at some point you grow older and you realize, like, I have these dreams and aspirations, and then life happens, right? Life happens. And then when life happens, you got to make decisions. Whether it's relationship-wise, finance-wise, education-wise, lifestyle-wise, just a lot of decision-making. And now that comes to the point where you got to start making plans and adjustments and start making strategic moves, and then you start, for the most part, then you start researching and learning, like, okay, because we know that exposure, right, when I'm exposed to more, when I'm exposed to greater, it leads to expansion, it leads to growth. So now we got to put the work in, right? So we have to be intentional with my actions. I have to be intentional with my resources, and I have to be consistent in my disciplines. So what does that take? Let's go find out. Let's go. Okay, so at this point, I know where I am, right? I know what's going on. I understand my surroundings, and I need to, at this point, this isn't it. And then there's a roadmap in life, and we kind of plan it out right. So then we take that first step, and we start going. And we're growing, and then we can kind of see what that kind of looks like. But you know what? Let's go. So once I get to this level here, so okay, I kind of figure things out. And sometimes I may hit a wall. Boom, 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 boom. I hit that wall. Obstacles, whatever it is. Sometimes things may get out of hand. I gotta kind of cool the situation out, settle down, extinguish some things, extinguish some fire, some situations. And you know what? It's time to get to the next level. So let's go ahead and we grow and we growing. And sometimes we may hit another wall, boom. And there may be some obstacles blowing my vision and people, places and things, right? But I see there is a way up to grow. Let's continue to grow. And then sometimes you're gonna come across a situation where people just are bland and blank. Just a blank canvas. I can't really work with that. But you keep doing what you're doing, and sometimes some people like the weeds and the bushes in their vision, in their life, but we can kind of see what's on the other side of that. But then there's a point that we can see higher. So we continue to work, right? Whether it's going to school, doing the work, getting better, making better decisions. We got to grow, get promotions, graduate, and we get to another level. And there's still going to be walls, there's still going to be obstacles, right? We try to go this way, can't quite go that way, can't do that, okay? And there's going to be doors, opportunities that are closed to us, right? But I still see there's people steady going up. I don't know what's up there yet, but I know it's something better. And then sometimes, and we still got to still put out fire, whether that's business decisions and failures, and it's okay to fail. And I can see where I came from. I know I came from that, but I don't want to go back to that. I can visit, but I don't want to stay there. So you know what? Let's continue to push on. So guess what? We're going to study, we're going to work hard, we're going to work out, we're going to read, we're going to continue to expose ourselves to greater. All right? Now, even though we're rising up, we don't have to look down on anyone, but we can have empathy for their decisions. And even at this point, you realize, like, hey, I'm doing better, but there's still obstacles. There's still weeds, and trust me, on every level, there are weeds and distractions and blockages that can hold you up from your vision. But what do? We continue on, right? We continue on, and like, okay, continue working hard. Sometimes it may seem like we're not going upwards to the next level in our life, but we continue the process, continue to put that work on, continue to put the work on, and putting that work in. Put that work in. And sometimes, even at the next level, we got to put some fires out. I may have said some things, I may have made some wrong decisions, wrong turns, but I got to be big enough and better enough to make those necessary corrections. And we get to this level, and you know what? This is a nice level. This is a nice level. And we can still see where we came from and like, okay, pat ourselves on the back, but we're not satisfied at this level. What else is there? What other possibilities do we have, right? Because at this point, there is a ceiling, right? There is a ceiling at this point, right? Let's go this way here and see what's up. Now I can see that I don't quite want to go that way. I still see some blockages. I still see some weeds. So I don't want to, because I made so many other decisions, I'm wiser now. So you know what? Just because it looks better or higher, we're not going to take that. We're going to make this turn here because we can see the light. And boom, okay, all right. I got better facilities here. This represents better opportunities, right? And if things don't go quite according to plan, you know, I can try again. I can rinse myself off, wash off those bad experiences and decision makings, and okay, keep putting that work in. Now we can kind of see our way clear of what options are available to me now. Yeah. So yeah. And now I get to this point, and I have to ask myself, and people are going to question you, is it worth it? Sometimes I'm going to look myself in the mirror like, what are we doing? What are we? Hold up. Let me step back and look at myself. What are we doing? I don't want to pat myself too, but we are doing pretty good, but we're not satisfied. So let's go ahead and put that work in, and guess what? There's nobody cheering for me, but I can hear it, and I've envisioned what that looks like for me. I can see it and I can almost taste it, but I'm not quite there yet. And I can't get distracted by the noise. And what others' success may look like, right? And I'm kind of there. Once again, we're gonna keep putting that work in, whatever that is. Keep planning, and sometimes I'm not quite made that breakthrough, right? I can see myself. I can see it. Look, I can see myself into that next level. And when that breakthrough comes, and it comes, I'm sorry, with every step by step by step, we've done it. I can see the mountaintop. And not only do I see the mountaintop, I can have ownership of some of this. I've taken charge of my decision makings and my disciplines and my actions and my emotions. And everything that they said I wasn't, or what it couldn't be, or what wasn't possible, they're right. They were absolutely right when I was at that level where they were. There was obstacles and there was blockages and weeds. They were absolutely right. And for those that said I could do it, keep going and everything, they were right as well too. And just because we get to this level here doesn't mean it's not going to be rain, right? It's still going to be some rain, some showers and some storms, and things going to come try to get your distraction. But I'm focused. We're focused. Because I've put the work in, and we've put the work in to form and put together the life that we want to live, that we deserve, that we've earned, and we don't have to be apologetic about it, right? And we have options. But we put that work in, and even though no one is, people are looking, trust me, they're looking. No one is going to cheer you on, but let me hold up. But I do hear people. I do hear person, places, and things cheering me on. I don't know if y'all can hear the wave from the beach. Can y'all hear that? So guess what? Keep going. Keep grinding. And as we say, I'll see you in first class, and I'll see you at the top. Y'all be great. Boop, boop.